Happy 2 years anniversary living in Japan. Yay! I got a cake to celebrate. Well, mooncake is also a cake, okay? Looking back to these 2 years, I must say that I feel like time goes by so fast, and yet there are so much unforgettable moments and lessons I've learned in Japan. Today, allow me to share my ups and downs in Japan, and hint, these might also happen to you if you also consider move to Japan. So 2 years ago, in April, when I was 31, I resigned from Hong Kong and came to Japan, starting from language school in Yokohama. Well, that school is so cool. It's surrounded by all the izakayas and sushi places. Usually after class, I just went straight to these places, get drunk. I chose to live in a studio apartment in the school's neighborhood, which I still am actually. And it is the first time in my life I live by myself. Usually speaking, stay in a studio apartment, apado, can be considered as very bimbok-side, but it's newly built, equipped with electric toilet, a bathtub, and all the electric stuff you need. So overall, it's still quite decent. During the time studying in the language school, I've taken so much part-time jobs, including English teacher to children, to kids with minor disabilities, and Airbnb host. I've never done any part-time jobs before, and I must say it's so much fun. Of course, you don't make much money out of it, but it's truly a great cultural exchange experience so that you can understand the country and even some laws and regulations. I originally planned to take a 2-year language course, but somehow I passed my N1 within 8 months. I'm not bragging. Right at that time, when I was about to finish the first year language course, I got a job offer and the pay was so good. I immediately changed my student visa to the highly skilled visa, and I graduated from the language school 1 year earlier. Sounds perfect, right? Yet, the very day I got my highly skilled visa, I got fired. And the reason was my Japanese wasn't good enough and I don't understand the Japan market. Hey, come on, you English interviewed me and now you complain about my Japanese? You said my Japanese was great! And there came the longest time for being unemployed. 3 months, baby, 3 months! Yeah, of course, I was holding a 5-year visa already. I could just take a break from all these shitty things, but somehow I'm so freaking anxious about taking a gap. I'm Asian, so I was striving in job searching, 8 calls a day, talked to over 100 people, and I even got a fight with the headhunter because he somehow sent my CV to some companies without my permission. Before my 30s, I would never imagine such kind of things would happen to me in Japan in my 30s. But now, hey, I found a regular job, get a regular working visa. Life is really like a roller coaster. But there's a silver lining. During my unemployment period, I bumped into a celebrity in Japan. He's a famous singer slash YouTuber, and I watched his video every day back when I was still in Hong Kong. What a nice coincidence! I have my favorite izakaya in Yokohama. He's also a regular customer there. And additionally, I ran into an idol called Murasaki from Momoiro Kuroba. You might not know her if you're not like a super J-pop fan.
Nobody care about J-pop.
But talk about Momoiro Kuroba, it was so popular, like AKB, that kind of level. Coincidentally, I also listened to their songs over and over when I was stressed out from work in Hong Kong. Now I find out that Murasaki is also living in Yokohama and ambassador of Yokohama. I do believe in fate now. Now it's my 3rd year living in Japan, and I celebrated my birthday 3 times. First time was just only me, and the second time was like 4 people in my birthday party, and the third time 8. I'm so grateful to meet all these people in Japan. They make my life in Japan not lonely anymore. Okay, so most of the things I share so far are happy stuff, but there were some very bad experiences I learned lesson from. Lesson number 1, don't be a pushover in Japan. Of course, most Japanese people are nice, and we as a foreigner definitely need to follow the social rules in Japan, but don't be a pushover. I know Japanese has higher expectation on foreigners. I don't want to be judged as some kind of baka gaijin, you know, so I was very cautious about my behavior and try not to trouble anyone, you know, but unexpectedly, some people took advantage of that and walked all over me. Not just Japanese people, including foreigners. Then some of my friends who've been living in Japan for so long, they told me that when interacting with Japanese people, you need to have a very strong boundaries and not always give in. Although Japanese may seem friendly, but if you appear to be too agreeable, you might be bullied. For example, if you feel unfair being treated at work, you must speak up for yourself. Otherwise, the bully may continue. Be tough. Lesson number 2. Don't think there's no scamming companies in Japan. I once gave like 100,000 yen to a cockroach extermination service. The specialist preyed on my fear of cockroach, convinced me that it would take like 100,000 yen to make sure that cockroach would never enter my apartment, which I believe that kind of crap. And later, I found out from locals that it only takes like 1만 yen to do such kind of extermination. I gave 100,000 yen, 10 times higher. Son of a... And also, my current apartment is trying to trick me with paying the update fee without leaving me any time for negotiation. Sometimes, including me, we came to Japan with somewhat the mythologized view of this country, thinking Japan is the safest in the world and people here are super nice with 100% integrity. But come to think of it, this country still has like 120 million people. So these are my stories living in Japan for 2 years so far. You might find this boring, but I really treat this as, the treasure of my life. 人生の宝物. What's your story in Japan? Feel free to share in the comment below and let's celebrate!
続く